whole. But before we can make seismic professional, economic, and sociological changes, we have to squeeze out of our Spanx and remember how it feels to breathe. With sweat in our eyes, air in our lungs, and music pouring boldly from our speakers. This book is a manual for how to bring our activism home, into our bodies, by way of pleasurable, purposeful self-care. Physical disobedience is any action that feeds, strengthens, or nurtures our bodies as a direct, unapologetic act of defiance. It is fierce appreciation for what our bodies can do, how they feel, and how they look in all of their imperfect glory. It's a concrete, immediately impactful way to push back that benefits each of us as individuals while simultaneously affecting positive social change. In other words, taking care of our bodies is a form of political action. Physical disobedience is about refusing to acquiesce, refusing to allow our bodies to be objectified by others, and taking a hard look at how we objectify them ourselves. It is feminism via fitness. We know how to care for the people we love. We need to make sure our own bodies are cared for as well, and that requires a hefty dose of appreciation and exploration. There is too much at stake. Our bodies make our work possible. Reducing them to decorative trinkets reduces our impact and destroys our experience of being alive. What do beauty, health, and power look like? According to popular memes, they look like pouty lips and bony shoulders. These images are well defined for us. They are the driving force behind the contorted rituals we inflict on ourselves in the name of glamour. But chronic dieting and unrelenting feelings of failure are the furthest thing from beautiful. They are ugly and damaging, and they sap us of vital energy. The notions embedded in our minds about our bodies not measuring up and all the menial tasks we must undertake to make them submit eat away at our ability to do what needs to be done. If we want to move on to the next phase of humanity where women have at least a 50% share in governance, from the school board to the presidency, because duh, we need to surgically remove these notions, one at a time, learning as we go to hear the physical messages being transmitted through our body systems, of pain, anxiety, fear, and fatigue, and address them head-on with endorphins and fresh air, rather than burying them in fad diets or cinnamon crumb cake. Making peace. The summer after I graduated from college, I spent sunny afternoons in a dark, one-room apartment, staring at my body in a plastic full-length mirror that was stuck to my closet door with double-sided tape. The bottom left corner was always detaching from the door. I nudged it with my toe, and it would stick for a moment before pop, coming loose again. When I engaged in this charming self-analysis, I was usually wearing some incarnation of faded polyester lace underwear and no bra. I faced the mirror head-on, eyes narrow, stance wide, and let my breath go, watching flesh spill out over the elastic edges of my panties. I took stock. Boobs sagging, belly rolls, disgusting thighs. I can't believe I'm wasting my life in this body. I picked up my camera and snapped photos, front and side. I wish someone were there to take a picture of my cellubutt, but no such luck. Probably for the best. Nobody wants to see that anyway. I printed the pictures out and posted them on the refrigerator door. Gross. I figured if I could see for myself how revolting I was, I would find the motivation to do something about it. I was 22 years old, 5 foot 7 inches, 155 pounds. Seriously. That boring, overworked pattern went on for years. I took on diets and challenges to get my appetite and body fat under control. I planned workouts that sometimes happened, sometimes not, and cooked a bunch of vegetables that generally ended up in the trash a week later, slimy in Tupperware. I hovered a hair trigger above a state of panic, like SpongeBob SquarePants having a nervous breakdown at the sight of cake, or fries, or food of any kind. Even when I lost weight, the result never seemed beautiful. It never fit the image I had in my head of how I was supposed to look, how a powerful, confident woman should look.